What's up, guys? It's Mika here, and I'm really excited to be trying out a brand new ukulele from the maker Steve Doreen up in Canada in Vancouver. Um, Really special ukulele. We have a cedar top here on the top of the instrument. We have purple heart binding, which is really nice. Just having a purple aesthetic on the instrument. That's not like a purfling or a binding, or sorry, not like a binding, but like a purfling. But having a purple heart binding that really sticks out in an instrument, it's so nice to see, and a breath of fresh air on custom instruments because you just don't really see it that often. Especially with all the instruments that I've played, it's really rare that you come across purple heart binding, especially with the rosette here around the sound hole. But again, cedar top, purple heart binding on the top and in the back. We have pistachio wood. I really like this pistachios to eat, but pistachio wood here on the sides. Beautiful wood pattern. And it's really rare. It was rare for me to see this kind of wood grain on an ukulele where, let's say this white part doesn't wrap around the entire instrument. It's very common to have woods that will have like maybe white on the top or be darker on the top, and then there's like a different shade of color, beneath it like this. But to see it kind of wrapped around like that, in my experience, I just don't really see that on like wood grains for woods on ukulele. So really cool to see that, really unique. And then looking at the back here, again, same thing. Like usually you will have a big sap right here in the middle and it follows through on the bottom, but the fact that it curls under right here and then we have something else going on over here, it makes it like a one of a kind instrument that I've really never got to see anything like this. So super special, so unique, super cool looking too, especially this like pink kind of like rose pink with light green colors on the bottom, and then just having all of this in the wood grain kind of fan out like that, coming like this, and then just a big fat white piece of the pistachio wood here in the middle. It's just, I really haven't seen, I think, anything like this ever on an instrument. Maybe I just haven't played enough instruments yet, but in all the instruments I've been playing in the past 5 to 6 years, this is the only one I've ever seen that looks like this. So it's so cool, so unique, stands out from all the other ukuleles I've ever played in my life. Same thing on this side. As you can see, we have a side port right here so that we can have an accurate representation of, if we were to sit down in front of an instrument and hear what the ukulele sounds like, this side port here allows you to have a small representation of the sound that you would get by sitting in front of your ukulele or having someone else play your instrument and you listen to it. So here on the side port, and even within the side port itself, has the purple heart on the inside of the binding on the side port. So coming back to the face, again, purple heart rosette, really nice design. It kind of comes out like an oval or almost like has like a football kind of shape on this side. Really cool. And then I don't really think I've seen this either on an ukulele before, especially in the rosette, but we have like four little holes that go ahead and like make a design. Really cool, like little spiral design. And it seems like there's even metal on the inside to reinforce it, but or just to give it that kind of nice shiny look when you're looking at it from an angle. So really cool. Now we have a Macassar ebony bridge, and then fretboard, and then this fretboard is even has the binding, the purple heart binding here on the sides. On this side, we have the purple heart faceplate here, and then purple heart on the back slab of the headstock. And then we have a carbon fiber reinforced African mahogany or African blackwood. My apologies. So carbon fiber, African blackwood. Try to say that 5 times fast. So that's what we have here on the neck. So it's reinforced with the carbon fiber. It's really strong. It's really sturdy. This thing is not going to warp at all. This thing is crazy. Now another really cool thing about the neck is that I'm trying to find words to kind of describe, but how to explain this. But I'll just go ahead and show you guys. So think of this neck as it is. So if you're holding the instrument to your body, think of the neck kind of sticking out more on the bottom side. So like if you're holding your instrument like this, you can see that you can have it's flat right here, but then it's kind of more left justified or bottom justified. So basically, if you're looking at the instrument like this, usually the middle of the neck is where the curve or the circle will happen, or the curvature will be there. On this instrument, we have it on this side. So maybe if I kind of turn the instrument, you can see the orientation of the neck. So again, you can see that it's right flat, and then it curves right here on that side. So I don't think I've ever played an instrument with a neck design like this. And my first thoughts of it is that it's very pragmatic. It makes a lot of sense. For those of you who like to hold your ukulele where you're kind of like cupping it like this, it kind of makes sense to have the neck be designed like this because it fits like a glove like this when you're like, let's say you're holding your chords like this and you like to have your thumb all the way up so that you can use your thumb to, help you play chords. When you're doing this, the way this neck is designed, it just makes a lot of sense. Pragmatically makes a lot of sense to be able to hold your instrument like this. But for me as a classical player, this also makes sense because for me as a classical player, I always like to try and leave my thumb on the neck, especially the upper region of the neck. So like, let's say I'm holding a chord like this, I usually like to leave my thumb like right around here. So because all of this side is flat, because a lot of that curvature is here on the bottom side, it just makes sense for me as a classical player to, when I'm making chords, it's just nice and flat, so it feels nice versus having my thumb somewhat on the arch if it was directly in the middle of the neck. So again, another really cool, unique feature about this instrument with the neck design. Now, another cool feature of this ukulele that you probably already noticed a long time ago is the fan orientation or the fan fretboard. So basically what a fan fretboard is, it's very common on guitars. Basically, you're going to have it angled and it's going to try to be angled to your hand's natural playing position. And you notice how it's more straight here and then it's going to end up going off in this kind of orientation here. And that's to kind of account for, like, if you want to try play the higher frets, you kind of have to turn your hand this way to make that reach like this. You're never really going to be playing like this with your hand turned this way. It's really common to turn your hand to, if you're holding your instrument to my left side like this. So this fan orientation with the fretboard kind of allows you to make that far reach, but you don't have to kind of make your hand really uncomfortable and orientate your hand in a different way because the frets is set up for you to go ahead and do all of these kind of crazy things. So another first for me, playing an instrument that has this kind of, again, this neck and then this kind of fretboard orientation. So yeah, this instrument is super unique. I've never played anything like this. Now you guys must be wondering, well, what does it sound like? Well, this instrument sounds really, really good. And I want to point out that this instrument, right off the bat, when I'm playing like these kind of chords, there's a really strong presence in the mid section. And in my opinion, the mid section is so important because the mids, in my opinion, is where a lot of the presence comes, a lot of the warmth. Now, the low ends might have presence, but not so much in where you want a presence that's warm and it's inviting and it sounds really smooth. It sounds really easy to listen to. To me, that comes a lot in the mid-range section of the sound spectrum, or sound frequencies is in the mids. So what does that mean? It means when I play a C chord, everything kind of just meshes together perfectly. Like nothing really sticks out. Like the highs don't stick out, the lows don't stick out, but you just hear a nice, really clean sound or nice, really clean tone right in the middle as one kind of sound. So when I play like a C chord, when I play a G chord, nothing jumps out, but it's really solid in the middle of the sound frequency. So when I'm playing these open chords, C and G, A minor and F, it just sounds really open and it sounds really good, really clean. Even when I'm playing closed chords like these bar chords, C7, playing an F chord or F major 7, it's really nice. Now, you still get those highs like that, really clean, really articulate, even on the 12th fret. Look at that, just beautiful. It just really just comes and cuts right out, or comes in really nice. Really nice. And then even the low ends, still really nice. It's not going to be as pronounced as the mids, but again, because the lows is not going to come out too much, what you hear is a really nice mid section, which makes this ukulele sound incredibly warm. Yeah, it's just really, really easy on the ears. And then the sustain, beautiful. It's a beautiful sounding ukulele, super beautiful looking ukulele. So much uniqueness all in one instrument. So definitely check out this instrument and check out this sound sample that I'm going to go ahead and do on it. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. And before I go into the strumming part of my sound sample, there's one thing I forgot to mention. It's the playability of this instrument, and fooling around with it, prior to this, and also being able to play, like a piece for you guys. It's just so easy. This instrument plays like butter. I really don't have to press hard at all. I mean, for me, I always make the joke that I have girl hands, and I am so picky and particular with how I want my instrument set up, having the lowest action possible, having loose tension strings so my hands don't get sore. And this instrument is really easy to play. When I'm making this bar chord, I really don't have to do much at all. Don't have to press down really hard at all. But when I'm just kind of navigating around the fretboard, I just notice how easy it is just to play around. And as important as it is to have a beautiful looking instrument, a unique type of instrument, having an instrument that sounds really good, I think the hidden third thing that you want to look for in a good ukulele is, does it feel good for you? Does it, when I play it, am I sore when I play? Do I feel good? Can I play this thing for 3 hours, or can I play it for 10 minutes and then I'm sore, and then you put it away in your case and then you take it out 5 more minutes? Oh no, it's sore. Just, you shouldn't feel like that when you play an instrument. So when I play this instrument, this is an instrument I could play for 3 hours and be like, yeah, let's keep going. So just something I wanted to mention to you guys. This just feels really easy, and it's a pleasure to play. So here is a sound sample with what this instrument would sound like with strumming. Let's play a little pop chord progression.